LESS is a fuel conditioner that reduces harmful emissions by using dynamic liquid nanotechnology. Independent monitoring has shown up to 30% reduction in black smoke emissions, and in some extreme individual cases, up to 60% reduction. Adding LESS to your fuel therefore constitutes a benefit to the environment. If used on a global scale, these benefits would add up to a huge difference. In the US alone, 1.6 billion litres of fuel are consumed every day. This produces over 4 million tonnes of harmful emissions. LESS could reduce these emissions by around 600,000 tonnes per day. By reducing emissions, LESS fights global warming and helps protect the environment. If the current trend of CO2 emissions continues, global temperatures will have increased by 3 to 6 degrees centigrade by the year 2030. This would have dramatic effects on society. The European Commission has therefore stipulated a temperature increase of no more than 2 degrees centigrade by 2030. In order to adhere to these European guidelines, CO2 emissions will have to be reduced by 27 gigatons per year. LESS contains the nanotech formula CG7 and works in all fossil fuels: petrol, diesel, ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, kerosene and even home heating oil. How exactly does this work? LESS delays so-called fast combustion processes. This significantly decreases NOx emissions and reduces high-speed knocking of the engine. In addition, LESS speeds up slow combustion processes, which reduces emissions of HC, CO and PM10 and produces a more efficient combustion. A reduction of harmful emissions is not only beneficial to the environment, it's also great news for our general health. Air pollution caused by combustion engines is responsible for a considerable portion of public health costs. LESS helps reduce smog in major cities and by doing so reduces the risk of lung cancer and respiratory difficulties. At Van der Brink Transport in Ermelo, LESS produced a reduction in fuel consumption of 5.5% and a reduction in black smoke emissions of between 10 and 30% on a set of 15 vehicles over a 30-week monitoring period. Because LESS helps the fuel burn more efficiently, you get an increase in power and a reduction in fuel consumption. Because you're using less fuel and the fuel is being burnt more efficiently, less unburnt fuel passes through the exhaust system, which means emissions are reduced. If you would like to know more about this or about the technology we use, continue reading or watch the other video presentations.